All right, so leave your token alone, Seb.
Sorry. Yes, man.
That's all right.
Get your hand out of your
This
Get your beady little eyes off my bullet stick.
is what we get for taking a few weeks off.
Yeah.
You fucking hell, and Michael's gone.
And now Michael's gone, but we've already started, so we'll start with a recap.
Wonderful.
What happened last time? Well, we finished off the Moon Dais puzzle, going up north and getting the boots, I believe, the gloves. And having a little bit more exploration around the cave, we found a bunch of potentially toxic, potentially beneficial mushrooms of different colors that Puck decided to avoid entering their space, their radius. And then basically recouping and heading down the slippery path further into the cave system of wherever you are. Seeing ahead of you two options, there was a little bit of light seeping through from a crack in the ceiling, identifying that this might be an exit into the outer world, but you don't know where. This is obviously not a main entrance, but if there was ever a chance to see some daylight, even though it was getting quite dark there, we're probably heading pretty much well into night at the moment, since we have teleported from New Throne, leaving one full day before the new moon, before the full moon sets into the sky. But the choice was made to continue further down into the cave, following the river, or the internal river, with the knowledge that the river does eventually lead down to the camp. That is a fact you have heard from multiple people. A camp, or town, or village, your original destination. Moving forward, Puck did mention something to Molokov, but maybe a topic to discuss at a later date as everyone starts moving on forward down this dark tunnel. I think everyone is connected by rope to each other as we tied it all around, and we started to slowly make our way away from the light further into the tunnel. Now, before we get to what is on your maps there, I would like everyone to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
No, this is where the water again, eh? It's 14.
14.
13.
13.
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. And I'll put
It's a 7.
it's a 7. I'll put a little pin in that as well. Carry on. 4. Okay. For this game, I have decided that when a player is away, that player is going to give the help, disengage, and dodge action to each of you. So you can use those as you wish once per session that a player is away. And we can flavor it as Puck, or whoever else it might be, helping you dodge, helping you disengage, in or out of combat. So you've each got one of the three to use, if that makes sense. For example, if you're coming up to a river and you want to jump across it, you can use the help action, roll with advantage, and we will just say that Puck comes across, swings his grappling hook across, and you get across. Or if you're in combat, he might slide in between the enemy and you can disengage for free. It doesn't use your bonus action. It doesn't use an action or anything. You just get one for free of each. So, keeping that in mind, as you start moving down the tunnel, you feel the water picking up speed. Seems like it gets a little bit deeper as well. The tunnel is dark at the moment, and it's the blind leading the blind almost. But can I ask who is in front?
I think we had me up the front, Michael
Okay.
up front.
If you want to just reorder yourselves
Yeah, sorry.
there, But Molokov, as you're moving forward, you can hear the water starting to pick up under your feet, and it's starting to get a little bit higher. Not significantly fast, but you can tell that sooner or later you're going to be getting into deeper water as you feel it picking up speed. Even though it is pitch black, you almost feel a spell of dizziness kind of get across you, and you reach out for the walls, and you might find one, but you do reach out your other arm and notice that the cavern is widening as well. It's not so much that narrow passageway you were once in.
Have we come from east to west?
Yeah. You come from this way.
Yeah.
And we've already passed that that crack that led to daylight.
That's correct. You've made the choice to carry on.
Okay.
Just for your information, Reese, I sent you a message.
Cool.
If it applies.
Oh, the little A.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool.
So yes, the cavern is widening a little bit, and Molokov, you feel a little bit dizzy. And can I get you to roll a d4, please? And Hera, can I get that roll as well? But we'll come back to you.
Yep. 2, 6.
Who forgot to take out their dice?
1.
A 1. You get the feeling, the thought, maybe it is a thought, but maybe you're not thinking it, of pain. Hera, a bit further back in the line, you are holding onto the rope, making sure that you keep your footing each time, and you can start feeling that water pick up as well. What was your d4 roll?
So that was a 4.
A 4. You recognize this a little bit more of almost an echo from another place, reverberating off the walls in this dark space. And because it's, when it's so dark, you can almost start picturing something just to keep yourself sane. And you can start to picture the walls there, even though you can't see them, you can feel them, and you get the vibration through your mind of help. It feels like almost the cave is talking. Before long, the whole party keeps trudging through, and now the water is really picking up speed. You can almost have to tighten your leg muscles to keep your footing as we appear on this map here. It starts to get a little bit brighter as the stones themselves give off a lunar white glow. It seems you've gotten to a depth of the cave now where even the rocks are not natural here. But ahead of you, you see the mouth of the river widening to 30 feet wide, and I'm going to say, like, from this point, the river will start speeding up to
Untraversable.
Untraversable unless actions are taken, but you see in front of you on the right-hand side, a large ledge leading into a space, and also to the left-hand side, a smaller cavern down here. So my question to you is, moving forward, and then the river also continues into the darkness straight ahead. It keeps going for quite some time. So with the knowledge of the river being your eventual way out of these caves, with it being approaching night time and one day until the full moon, here at Molokov, having these feelings of the walls around you, what would you like to do?
Now, when you say pain, am I like experiencing pain?
No.
Yeah, like it's
akin to
something's
watching a bad YouTube video and going, "Ooh,"
like something's communicating
yeah,
pain to me.
yeah.
I think Molokov's first thought on that would be to reach out to his pseudo dragon.
Sure.
And obviously not ask him directly, but be
Yeah.
almost like put out the emotion of is that you? You know, like did you do that or?
You reach out to your pseudo dragon, and it's clutching on, looking down at this water that it seems. The first instinct you automatically get is terrified.
Yeah, yeah.
But you reach out your hand, and it kind of clutches onto it with one claw, not to be like taken away, but like almost for stability. And you feel it connect with your question, and in response, it looks around to the walls, and you feel sympathy. So it's not it that's expressing pain, but it then kind of feels it through you.
Yeah, it's going, oh, there is
Yeah.
something in pain. Okay, it just, yep, cool, perfect.
And then it focuses on this torrent of death beneath it, and it clutches on again, and you feel it's...
They will keep you safe. You stay up there.
Yeah.
It's getting a little hard to. We should. There's a ledge up ahead. I'm gonna need
Can I,
I'm on me tippy
Can I-
toes.
left or right?
Can I pick up Ghost?
Yes.
On my shoulders.
You should really ask consent before you do that.
Should we just up out of the water right there and make a plan at least?
I always imagine Vargir's like long arms, like being super stretchy, and then he could just like lift him up and like place him over on the
On the ledge, yeah.
Was it like...
Well, yeah, that was my question, is how high are the ledges?
It looks like they're 5-7 feet from the water's base, so you go over and it's kind of look at you almost eye level with it, so you could hoist yourself up.
Okay,
You
yes,
could
wait.
easily put someone up there.
I'm gonna head over there and I'm gonna pop Ghost on top
Yeah.
and then start like kind of clambering up.
Yeah, no checks required. It is slippery. The rocks are, as you would expect, being right next to a source of water. But you kind of push yourself up. It's not comfortable. A couple of your gear might get caught on a little bit of rock and you flick it over. But if you all choose to go up here, that's an easy enough thing. I would say like past here is where the water is really dropping off and it's loose ground underneath, so on and so forth.
And it's going to the west.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
What's the like ceiling height on us?
So we're going this way.
Water to ceiling.
The cavern opens up quite a bit, so I'm going to say you high, 20, 30 feet. Yep.
My thoughts are for can Puck swing here?
He could. But yeah,
If he wanted to do
if he wanted to.
some scouting across the way or whatever. Are we?
I'm probably going to say we will not proxy his character as much because of all the checks he will have. Again, it's a trial thing. It just saves it from being like, oh, let's put him in danger and not us.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. Like we do with Nilda.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, as you all kind of beach yourselves, ahead of you, you see a cavern that's arcing round and splits off into smaller tunnels.
Reese, as I kind of hoist myself up, can I look back in the water? I just want to see if there's any sign of like life, like even if it's like small fish or like is
Sure.
there things moving in there?
Give me a survival check or nature. Survival or nature.
We'll go with survival. 15.
15. I think survival's a good choice as well because it's more seeing if you could like hunt here or you could. There are no fish per se that you can see, but you see little bits of moss on the pebbles. You see signs that things could swim past here if you waited long enough.
Sure.
It doesn't look barren or dead. You know, there's tiny little bits of seaweed as well. on the bottom that are sticking through, but it's not abundant.
And is this water? Is it? It might be a strange question, but is it salty or is it fresh?
It's fresh.
Very cool.
Fresh and untainted.
Delicious.
As you checked further up in the original cavern as well, that this water seems fresh from the mountain, wherever it is coming from. But otherwise, this landing dips down and then splits off into different directions.
Oh, I hate that already. Right. Any ideas?
Are these black dots anything, Reese?
No, they were just markers to make sure I lined the grid up properly.
Ah, yeah, sure.
Call them pillars or stalactites.
Yeah, sure.
From the water, I thought this cavern was a little bit smaller, to be fair.
Say that again?
From
Water actually like falls out of your ear.
from the water, I thought this cavern was quite a bit smaller. Actually, I thought we had a little point of safety, perhaps for a little bit, but it does not seem that way.
What do you mean?
Well, I thought this was like a little in-cove sort of thing that we might be able to tuck ourselves into just for 5 minutes, but I don't know that there could be people walking around.
It dips, doesn't it, Reese?
That dips down,
Yeah.
about 5 feet. And here in this cavern, even as it opens up, it's almost the opposite of the feeling you're getting of the walls are trying to cower away, even though the cavern opens up before you. It's that help feeling.
I guess
There's
all we can do is
Go.
I don't know what it is, but something doesn't feel safe about this place at all.
It fucking took you long enough.
I'll kind of slightly push forward.
Yeah.
Well, we can't go back, so I'll kind of like hug this stalactite.
Yeah.
Do I see anything?
Just imagining Bargy just.
Do I see anything down here? Is is it a drop? Is it?
Yeah, it drops down about 5 feet into this landing. Give me a perception check, if you will.
Sure. That's 9.
A 9. The rocks are wet. It looks like, sometimes the water might rise up over this and wash down. But there's nothing of note around here that really catches your eyes.
Sure. Sorry, just one more question. Noticing that there is water that looks like it could trickle down here.
The rocks look wet. They don't look like they've got water on them.
Yeah, sure. But can I look at the sides of the wall to see maybe how high that water might go? Like, is there any sign of
sure.
like that algae? Is some of the rock more broken and clayed and up? Yeah.
That makes total sense. 3-4 feet at max.
Sure. Okay, so not much.
Not
it
like
doesn't, flood.
yeah, it doesn't flood. But
Yeah.
the water sometimes might change direction down here. And give me an intelligence check. Actually, you've asked the right questions.
Not amazing at those.
It's all right. I'm just seeing if Vargir will connect the dots.
That's a straight 15.
Okay.
No.
The water could wash through here sometimes if the current's changed in the right way, or you look behind you and you see that you are leaving a wet trail behind you as you have just exited the water.
Right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'll relay that to the party. I don't know if the water comes through here or something walks through here that is wet itself. Maybe just watch your feet and keep an eye out.
Well, If I was making my lair deep within a mountain, I'd go down as far as possible. I think we're probably on the right track. It's worth exploring the other cavern on the other side.
What is
You
getting
were like
left over
you were
there?
like neck deep. Eh?
Yes.
Oh, I'm not doing it.
I'm sort of like
The wording on that sentence was, you explore the other side of the cavern.
Gotcha.
Go on, Molotov.
no, yeah, like I've also a bit like the water's getting quite fast at that point as well, isn't it? We're
Yep.
essentially, no matter, even if we are taller than the water, we're still going to struggle.
That is the sense you get, yes.
While Vargirs was doing that investigation, I think Molokov's While Vargirs hugging the
Like
the geodes,
Yep.
I would also like to investigate, I guess, the walls.
Okay, sure.
I'm trying to almost either try to understand, like I'm gonna like essentially go up to a wall and touch it with my real hand,
Commune with stone.
and I'm
Being
essentially trying to either understand the pain, like in the sense of like what's hurting,
Sure.
and then I'm also trying to project my presence, I guess, back.
Oh,
You know what I mean? Like if something's
Sure.
trying to communicate with me, I'm
Yep.
trying to communicate with it.
okay.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
All right. You walk up to the wall and you take more of a moment than investigate it. I feel like you're not trying to look for anything on the wall. You're trying to feel for something on the
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask for a wisdom check.
Yep.
While he's doing this, I just want to sort of go up to Ghost, who's said before when I said this place doesn't feel safe, and goes, now you fucking say that. I'm just sort of gonna go over and see Volkov doing this. I'll be like, no, this is what I mean. I don't mean we don't feel safe here. I mean this place, the mountain. The mountain doesn't feel safe. Something is going on.
You mean the mountain feels scared?
I think it's asking us for help.
You see, like, ghost processing.
As you're processing this, and because I'm in a good mood, this is the definition of playing a high intelligence character unconventionally. So you can take a point of inspiration, Dale, for saying that the mountain doesn't feel safe here.
Beautiful.
What did you roll, Molotov?
That was a 14.
A 14. The feeling has washed away a little bit now. You're now thinking whether you're just imagining it, or you don't feel pain from the actual stone itself. But a sense you do get is a similar one that you had in the jungle, of now you feel seen. But it disappears quite quickly. It's actually you start getting a loop in your head about what are you trying to project something? Are you imagining that you're being seen? It doesn't quite make sense with a role like that. Sorry, but
Yep.
back to
that
Ghost of Moloch.
that
Hero.
almost makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I guess Hera says that, and you feel something too.
Yes. As soon as we came through the opening in that tunnel, it got much stronger. Almost dizzying.
I think
It's,
it.
Well,
You say it's afraid.
I don't know, afraid or in danger, but I feel like
I don't
whatever
quite
is
know.
affecting the Moon Mother is affecting this whole mountain.
Am I aware enough about dragons to know that dragons usually, when they have a lair, they affect the land around them? Because Ian knows that, but
Yep. Give me a history check. More so because of another detail in that you might not be aware of.
sure. That's a history. 19 on the dice.
It's a good roll.
So, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Yeah, easily what you said. Their not only their lairs but their regional effects are normally connected with them and their beings. I think with a 20, again, it's quite difficult because I don't think you would have studied it. But with a lot of talk of the moon and stuff, that's always associated with telepathy and kind of that feelings and dreams is obviously connected with the moon as well because of nighttime. So that probably clicks off a little bit of a thing as well, that not only is it regional effects, but these regional effects could be psychic based.
Right.
Interesting.
Emotion based, feeling based.
Kind of like the pseudo dragon.
Kind of like the pseudo dragon you found in this cave.
Yeah.
Dots connecting? Get out of here.
Surely.
You're muted, Sib.
Just rolling off that as well.
Yep.
Does that like this is more of a Seb question, but
Yeah.
like the moon is quite tied as well with water, right? So with
Oh, it is. What's the what? Carry on.
Yes,
I-
Jesus.
No, Sid just
I
saw
was-
one
I
more
was-
dot, and he was just making sure we all saw the line as well.
No. I was more.
I didn't
was more
say it.
asking-
That was a great call as well.
I was asking as well if these like dizziness were they like visually like could we see that like Hera or Molotov were like quite like disorientated when they were.
They were
Yeah.
in pitch black when it happened. I will
Sure.
leave it up to them whether they want to continue thinking on it or contemplating and so on and so forth.
I think I would have. I'm not probably going to explicitly say, "Hey, I was feeling like something was telling me pain." But you've seen now Molotov. He's probably almost been conversing with the pseudo dragon and did the whole thing where he tried to commune with the wall. So I
And
don't know.
Hera's just weird.
You take what you want from that. Yeah, I mean, both the Tabaxi do weird shit all the time.
It's
I don't
so
know.
weird, these two. Who brought these two?
It came as a package deal.
We did.
But no, I imagine the
Well,
conversation is pretty open at this point.
Yeah. Like it would have.
And you probably would have heard me say what I said to Puck as well. And
Yeah.
earlier when I first got up here, that this place didn't feel safe.
Yeah, I mean, you're all in
Yeah.
close proximity to each other, and, you know, a cave is pretty quiet for the most part.
Yeah. We're not whispering.
Yeah, sure.
Idle chit chat, but like. Well,
I've had my fair share of strange goings on in the mind, so I'll take your word for it. Keep us updated, will you?
anything else, I suppose?
Do you want me to have a further look forward?
We could do with a sit down. Maybe take a break, do some scouting.
There was that larger opening on the other side, I think. Maybe Puck, go take a look.
Spider-Man.
I'll go with him.
Okay, so Ghost and Puck, you're going to go have a look up on the other side.
Yeah, I'll guess here's where I'll use my my puck help action
Absolutely.
to essentially grapple us both across.
Sure.
So,
I'm going to ask for a acrobatics check, please.
yep. Am I rolling advantage?
You absolutely are if you're using your help action.
Indeed am. Well, that's good for me. It would have been amazing for Puck. So it's an 18 total.
18. That's fine. You almost use that rock in the middle to lever yourself off, setting up some sort of contraption and getting across there. When you do reach the other side, you find a very similar opening. The white almost... Now you kind of notice it is that there's no light source, but the stones are almost giving light in this area.
I've got dark vision, so that'll give me a pretty good view of things.
For sure. You see that there is one tunnel that goes off to the west before it tapers off around a corner. Otherwise, it looks like another platform of respite for now.
This is just a back wall.
That's just a back wall.
suppose.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess
give
I'll...
me a perception check actually as well.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Oh, why perception? First time I've made a character in D&D that doesn't have perception as one of its...
Classic.
Oh, fuck. Don't use a dice that costs. Not good. 8.
8. Again, I would say that this area is more dry than the other.
Okay. I don't think I've quite connected the dots there, but that's
all right. But it also carries on down to the west. If you'd like to explore that yourself, you can.
I will. I mean, I'm with Puck.
Yep.
But I'll move through here, and I'll just be looking out for anything that looks... I mean, Michael can see this here, but definitely being cautious about where he's placing his feet. And,
Sure.
And that sort of thing.
You notice that the formation of the rocks in the cave is old. This mountain has been here for however long, centuries, millennia, maybe. So it's not a smooth surface. It is not civilized and maintained by anyone. If anything, you see a spider or like a wetter crawling up over the wall, tiny insects, maybe once or twice. Nothing to be alarmed about. It's not a trail of spiders or anything like that, just, an odd movement or something. Maybe also just identifying that there is life in this cave. And ahead you listen out and can hear that there is the rush of water coming from behind you and in front of you as well. And then I guess let's try our luck and go for one push of a perception check down this corridor.
Substantially better. 16.
16. As you hear the wish-wash of water just cutting through, you think you might hear a voice, but then it's gone. Not talking at you, just that there might be voices further down this corridor. Meanwhile, back at camp.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Hero?
Malakov, can you create with all your contraptions just a little bit of spark or some fire, perhaps? I'm going to pull out a little dagger, and I'm going to start cutting up a chunk of that thing that we defeated. We got those stakes from. I'm going to start slicing those up into a little snack. If we're going to sit down for a minute, we may as well have something to eat while we're here. I still have some spices that Puck gave me. So
I will set up a small fire.
Hera pulls out this piece of meat that looks silvery and not scaly, but I don't want to use the word demonic. Hera knows it's safe to eat after the check she did. You guys have seen that this is a meat from a beast that you know exactly where it's from.
Yeah. I'm like not even surprised that that's what Hera's doing. Molotov will just make the fire and
Sure. As you create the fire, it lights up around the walls and stuff, and you see that they're not smooth, they're rough, and nature has taken its toll on the inside of these caves, but there are no markings or anything like that as you create this fire. But go on, Hera.
I was just going to say, I'll tell Melikov to come like further away from the edge of the thing, just to keep our light to a minimum. And I will cook up a couple of special food, chef treats, if we're going to have a short rest.
Nice. So if that's the intention, what are we doing over this hour? And we'll come back to you, Ghost.
Just prior any of like while that's happening, I just want to go over to the water's edge again.
Yep.
Dip my hand in the water, feeling like the rush, the kind of fold through my fingers. And I'm gonna use divine sense just to get an idea of like we're aware that this is like the Moon Mother's sanctum, or where it should be. But I want to see if there's anything like if there's anything tainted, if there is a sense of evil or good, or yada yada yada.
I need to print it out on a poster, but rattle off what divine sense does. Celestials, Fey, Fiend, Undead.
As an action, you can detect good and evil.
Yep.
Until the end of your next turn, you can sense anything affected by the Hallow spell, or know the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet that's not behind total cover.
Celestial Fiend and Undead. Okay, you don't get any sense of that. And rushing your fingers through the water, it feels neutral. You feel that the water is coming from nature and flowing in its rightful place.
Sure.
And as you do, you feel Tin's hand just rest on top of yours, and you move your hand through the water, through that current, and it pushes it onto the stone. And as soon as you touch the stone, you feel a corruption.
Okay.
And you feel that there is something here that shouldn't be. And can you roll me a d4, please?
Sure. 3.
You feel I just had the word in my head. Corruption and unwantedness. Something's here that shouldn't be, that is forcing its way here.
Okay. And I know this isn't, it's not initially in the text, but would I be able to ask, is this like a very like overwhelming, like powerful sense, or is this more of like it's there, but it's not kind of...
I'm going to answer it in this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a feeling from the stone itself.
Sure. Okay. Gotcha.
The stone that you're touching here is not being corrupted. But this is the feeling you're getting from touching the stone.
Sure. Okay.
You don't look down the river and someone's drilling into the stone and it's like, oh, that's it.
I found it.
Yeah.
Some like dwarf mine.
Yeah.
Cool.
But actually, yes, that's a good idea. Like, that's, you don't get the feeling that it's like, oh, someone's mining the mountain. The mountain's like, ow, stop it. No, it's a feeling of almost the mountain as a whole.
Like a sickness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Sure. And then you look down and the water has washed away that bit of green light as you pull your hand out of the water and turn around. Hera is cooking up some odd-looking pieces of steak, but you've eaten worse in your lifetime.
Yes. That's all from me.
All right, Ghost. My question to you is, are you continuing on during this short rest? I think exploring is restful enough to just kind of take your time and regain some breath, but letting you know if you do encounter anything, that'll cut it short.
That makes sense. I did hear a voice, and so I know that there's a blind spot. I can't see ahead, so I think Ghost will at least go, because I'm technically by myself, even though I'm with Puck.
Yep.
So I think I'll do the thing that Puck would do, which is just go far enough to see what's ahead, and then
Sure. If you'd like
try
to
and come back to the party.
indicate where you want to go up to.
Sort of like right to sort of this point here, where we can get a view around this corner.
Sure. I'll move you up there. So, one of the things you notice...
Hug the wall a little.
Sure. One of the things you notice as you peek around the corner is that the cave opens up into the river again. And opposite that river is another tunnel. It looks like it is a continuous route around.
I see. Okay.
It also continues to the west. And now that you're a bit closer, you hear that the voices are coming from up that tunnel. My question to you is, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Dwarven, Elvish,
What was the last one?
Celestial.
Celestial. It's not that. But now you can pick out that these voices are not common. They sound a bit guttural, a bit bestial. But they are sentences. It doesn't sound like a creature. It sounds like conversation.
Does it sound like Draconic? I know I don't speak it, but
Correct.
I've heard enough of it.
It does.
Okay. What has been my experience with Draconic entities? Those the farming dragonborn that we freed, who was keeping them tied up? Were they other dragonborn?
If you remember correctly, that they appeared to be variations of Dragonborn. Maybe someone that has an idea of what Dragonborns should look like and has forced themselves into that shape.
That's right.
I think you did come to the conclusion that it wasn't Dragonborn holding Dragonborn prisoners. It are shapeshifters that are taking on the forms of corrupt Dragonborns.
That's right. These are the winged...
Yeah.
Strange winged creatures. Okay.
Different variations depending on what they've been told. But you do see, just at the bottom of this entrance, a let's just say a brooch. Doesn't look like it's jeweled. Doesn't look like it's anything, but something someone would use to keep a cloak on if they were out in the fields. A commoner's pin, let's call it.
Ooh, all of these seem to step up.
They do.
Okay. You know what? Seeing that glint, I'll try and sneak close enough so I can first see if I end up in direct line of sight with an entity, I'll back out. I just want to get close enough to pick up that.
So
pin.
I'm going to ask you for a stealth check now.
Yeah, you are. Okay. 16.
16. I'm going to say you get to about here, or maybe hugging the wall a little bit more. As you see the brooch on the ground, and again, no value in it whatsoever. You could make it with a piece of iron and just bend it, or, you know. But it is from someone's attire. And you peer up this path and you see the rocks go up and up and up. It looks like it's a passage leading to somewhere a little bit higher than the water. Now you see the wet stones starting again. They almost seem to have come from this direction and are moving up and around. Ahead of you, you do see a figure. And so you stop and back up against the wall. As you look around the corner and see another interpretation of a dragonborn, but this one is short and stout, and it hunches as it has black wings that kind of protrude upwards and curve. It's kind of long snout with almost horns, as if it's trying to be intimidating. Its green eyes kind of glow in the darkness around it, or the dim light, and it holds what looks like at the top end of a spear. It's broken off. There's splinters at one end and a blade at the other. And just as you press yourself up against the wall, it's turning around. Looks like it's on patrol, and it starts heading back up. What's the daisy? I will now reveal. It skulks.
It's heading up.
And yeah, it is.
This way?
It is turned away from you, and it is heading up. You hear it call back down the passageway. Seems all is
I'll see if
clear
I can
in
remember.
its head.
Yeah. Alright. I'll wait for a second to get till those footsteps get a little further away.
Sure, I'll say that it completely disappears.
Cool. I'll pick up that pin and I'll work my way back to the party.
All right. Cutting back to the party. Jed from overseas has obviously just seen a picture and goes, "What the fuck is this?" As we get back to the party, unless anyone else wants to do anything specific over this hour, Ghost makes his way back. I'll let you go for any conversations now, but you can all hit short rest. You're muted, Dale.
For anyone that is going to roll a hit dice on the short rest, if you want to eat some of the steak, you can have an extra 1d8.
Oh.
Molokov definitely waits for you to eat a fair amount of it.
Oh yeah, like I'll
Yeah.
sort of get to near the end of the rest of it, probably cooking them for like a good little while. Take one off, sort of cut in half, have a look at it. Okay, yes, looks good to me. Digging. And then while I'm eating, my mage hand is just going to be holding a book in front of me so that I can arcane recovery as well.
Oh, brilliant.
Read while
I love
read
that.
while I eat.
like someone watching a TV dinner. It's just like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm an iPad kid.
yeah, yeah. Like with the
I
toddlers, just like,
imagine evil frozen.
Oh.
Or you
Sorry,
gonna-
what was that we had here?
1d8 to whatever your hit dice is.
that's good.
Hmm.
But what were you gonna say, Ghost?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I imagine this meat kind of has a slight like silver nitrate smell to it.
Mm.
Ghost has a nibble and is like,
Mm.
not for me.
Oh, nice.
And over this break, I'll tell you about the fact that I saw another one of these entities that seemed to be patrolling and describe the layout of what I just walked through.
Sure. So the hour passes.
Do I then put? I don't know how smart I am, Reese, but realizing that this entity had come out of the water here and then continued up and left that trail. If I'm looking around at the floor that I'm standing on, do I pick up a theory?
I think you could pick up that theory.
Gross.
I think you could pick up the theory that the second path you guys tried to get to, you and Puck, was a bit higher out of the water. You know, you and Puck had to navigate your way to get up there, whereas this one here was just a little 5 foot, everyone climb up. So yeah, this
gotcha.
is the easier path of least resistance.
And what I've seen to this tunnel across the way.
Go again? Yes, you would have.
Cool. So that, yes. I was speaking Draconic. I didn't understand it, but he was communicating with somebody. Ominous pin. I'll just move on to one of my leather straps.
None of you recognize the pin. It looks like basically a hair clip that someone's dropped.
Could have more prisoners down here. Probably do. Whatever they're planning.
Could be a useful pin to try and maybe get out of something. Like a lock or whatever it is you need.
An improvised
I'll try
lockpick.
my lockpicks first. But
If you run out.
I was just
always good to have a backup, right?
no. Well, what do you think then? Should we cross the river or start heading down through these tunnels?
I'm no strategist, but either way, we're going further into the mountain. Depends on how much we decide to leave behind us. You know, there's one guard over there, at least, maybe a couple. Puts them at risk of sneaking up on us from behind. Who knows where these tunnels go? It's a matter of whether you want to get into a tussle now or try and quiet.
Be as quiet as possible. This whole place.
In that case, perhaps we should keep moving down.
I think we should and try to avoid these creatures.
I can use spyglass, but I think it's almost out of energy. Might be the last time today.
Perhaps
Might be a good call.
Let's just be cautious until we get somewhere new. Seems like I need to look through walls. We'll start it up then.
So, okay. What's the plan?
I guess.
Left or right?
It retreats really quickly.
Realizes no one's following. Like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
yeah.
Imagine this is us walking around while we're having this conversation.
I see. Yeah, the short rest is over. The ball's in your court.
Yes, I mean, as much as a cat loves the water, but there must be somewhere further down, perhaps, that we can cross the river, or at least find the river again. Maybe that will lead us down to the village, perhaps. Suppose we'll see.
There was another crossing. I'll just grab that crossing further down.
Sure.
Might link up with one of these tunnels.
Should we try the northernmost tunnel then? It seems more likely to lead to joining.
Let's give it a go.
Okay. So, as you all move towards the northern tunnel, is that right?
So,
How are your eyes? Look up, fuck yeah.
my
I
eyes are
cannot see in
pretty
the
good.
dark. That's what, yeah.
I can see down here. Would you like me to go first? I'm very sneaky.
Are you?
I'm not this. Right, that was-
Notoriously.
Notoriously sneaky. Yeah, who is going first? I'll get a perception check from them.
I suppose me and Puck will start heading forward.
Yep. You want to use your advantage
I'll
on
bring
this
up the
roll?
rear.
Hey.
You want to use your advantage on this roll? It's just a perception check.
No, I'm just saying that I think
yeah.
Puck will be with me just in case.
Easy.
Where it would be.
Question.
I'll bring up the rear of the party because I'm the other seeing-eyed person in this scenario.
Sure.
Let's see.
Oops.
That's gonna be 13.
13. As you start making your way through this tunnel, it bends and curves from the nature of time eroding away, and the sound of water starts getting louder. But on the floor, you see that the wet rocks start to become less splattered and more footprints and drag marks. I'll say you probably do see another couple of pins, another couple of maybe a lace or something as you pop out next to the exit of the water here.
Oh. Footsteps and you think this must be the path that they drag the prisoners down when they
It continues up on the other side.
Yes, they must have a way to cross this river here. Well, I suppose that's
It's not like Baldur's
We
Gate.
can-
We all just suddenly roll perceptions, and there's a button we can push now. Yeah.
No, there's no button. What was your roll on perception, Dale?
13.
13. I think if you look down, you could probably see that there are kind of little grooves that over a bit of time have been pushed into the rock if something was laid down between these two.
Yeah, gotcha. So there's a removable bridge section.
And then you probably see the drag marks on the other side that once they're done with it, they take it back that way.
Slide it back across.
Perception checks. Zhin, zhin, zhin.
Seems they have some sort of removable bridge that they have taken with them. I don't know why they don't leave it here. It seems like a hassle, if you ask me, but I'm just trying to cross the fucking water.
There is a rock in the center there.
There is a rock in the center.
I think Vargir could almost drop us over there.
I think it's a little bit... Oh, to the rock? Yes, possibly.
Vargir could jump to the rock and then crane from one to the other.
He absolutely could try.
Fucking crane us over.
Look, you got to use what's at your party's disposal, right?
Absolutely.
How do you feel about this, Vargir? What's that? You're
I
on
think it's a
board?
great idea.
That's fantastic. That's what I thought.
Still rescue mission then. Just
Where is
so we're
Vargir?
clear.
He's still like, oh, I was just enjoying the steak.
Vargir
He's
is just
still
looking
eating
at the
meat.
wall. He's back at the spot, just finishing his steak.
That is definitely a possibility if you wish to try it. There will be some checks involved.
I mean, it depends. If that's where we're heading, where the more prisoners are. I mean, is that where we want to go?
Molokov and Hero, you get that wave of emotion again.
What are you thinking?
I think whatever is happening, it's...
Oh, look who's finished his dinner.
Sorry, my boss kept. This is just.
All good. You can take a short rest.
Yep.
And add a d8 of hit points if you want for eating the steak.
Yes, please.
We have come down this corridor and found a crossing to the river. Seems like there is a bridge that is used and removed when necessary.
Okay.
And a suggestion has been made: if Vargir stands in the middle rock, he can crane people across the gap.
Gotcha.
And that's where we're up to. But Molokov, you were saying something?
I've forgotten what I was saying.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're right. Got like 3 brain cells active this morning.
You got the wave of emotions again.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Whatever is happening, it's happening fast, and I think we need to, whatever we're doing, we need to help Click.
I agree.
I'll. So this gap, okay, is this a leapable gap onto this rock?
Yes,
The rock
yeah.
doesn't look completely... you haven't stood on the rock before. It looks a little bit slippery. Like, there's going to be some checks involved, but if you manage to get to the middle rock, then your reach does technically reach both sides.
Sure. Okay.
Hear me out.
We can
Yeah,
also.
these mountains-
I'm gonna throw it out there that we can check south first as well before we.
Yeah. I don't know what I
The.
was going to say.
Oh, no.
It is what you're going to say.
Yeah, you're right. I was going to say, like, hear me out. If the mountain's really crying out for help and it's happening fast, then perhaps our best option is to keep moving deep and help Moon Mother. Whatever they may be. We stop whatever's happening to her, we can stop everything.
Yeah, hopefully. Alright,
Leaving
sure.
people behind isn't very.
No, and look, as much as I like saving a bunch of prisoners, it's, like you say, a lot of time. We've only got, realistically, what, another 14 hours until this ritual?
This is when you all hear just a faint draconic voice from up that tunnel.
I say we keep moving. Less noise. We don't know if we alert them, if he'll be able to alert other people. They have those capabilities, we know that. We keep moving, we keep heading. At least for now.
Let's back the fuck out then. Coming this way.
No more craning today, Paggy.
No. So we're gonna go south, are we?
That's gonna be the time you call to be here. As
Cool.
much as
Oh.
All right, you back up the tunnel, reaching the southern tunnel and moving through again at the same order, I believe.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll still stick at the back, and
Yep.
I'll definitely keep an eye out on what's behind us.
For sure. So I will
Well, yeah, one air turned.
place your tokens in order down here.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
Yeah.
God damn it,
You know
Maggie.
that? You know that thing that trails? You know how you can make your character do that?
Yeah.
Mine doesn't work. Mine just like it does the lines and then it just goes bump.
What
So
do you mean?
as you make your way down this tunnel, surprisingly, it splits in two. Once again. To the west is a opening to a cave where you can see a big boulder kind of in the center of this massive cavern. And to the east, you see a opening again to a wide cavern that is giving off almost an unnaturally purplish yellow glow. Let's reveal those.
Oh shit.
And you get two things. To the east, where the glow is happening, the sense of pain, Molokov, becomes quite apparent. You almost kind of, now you start to feel it. Your muscles almost start to clench a little bit from up here. And Hera, the sense of help radiates strongly from the west passage. And there is no noise to the east, but to the west you hear a roar and movement, and you hear arcane energy. What would you like to do? Another roar from, sounds like a beast of some sort. Crashing of rocks.
What do we do here, team? Do we...
Molokov, your muscles are feeling pain and suffering coming from the east. Hera, you feel help, just anything, help.
coming from the east, from down here.
Yeah, I know that's Molokov. You feel it coming from the
Yeah.
west.
I feel it.
Something's in pain. A lot of pain.
Yes. Yes.
I would
They
say
need
the,
us.
the
They
rest of
need
the
our help.
party, the rest of the party can visibly see these reactions.
Which way?
I imagine we say in unison, east-west.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost would exactly say that. I mean, okay. You go that way. I'll go. At least just have a look. I'm just gonna stealthily dash myself.
Stealthily dash.
Classic stealthily
It's called
dash.
a
Yeah.
scuttle.
I'm going to say you get to about here, and I will reveal what you're doing if other people are doing something opposite.
I will probably almost as well say to Molokov, go, like check out what you're sensing over there, sort of thing.
I don't want to go any further than like here, but I want to look down, like especially like if here is running off,
Yep.
I'm not gonna split down this way as well.
Sure. So at the same time, Molokov, you look up and you see walls and stalactites and stalagmites covered in these almost large mushroom kind of shaped things, like big umbrella mushrooms, and they are dripping with sap, and they are, you see dead mushrooms on the ground, you see leftover pickaxes and saws and stuff like that. It looks like this place has been decimated up there, and the glowing of the mushrooms is just all out of sync. And when you see it, you then feel that pain yourself, like you've been lacerated 100 times. I will just reveal that to you. And at the same time, Hera, you see the cave opens up and this big boulder has like protruded itself to a little tiny gap, and through that gap you see the flickering of arcane spells, and you hear it now, the roar of a beast. It sounds like combat, basically. So you hear it from down here.
Oh, there you gotcha.
Now both those senses are really just all that is filling your head. What are the other two of you doing?
I think Varga's gonna like find the midway point between Molokov and Hera, hearing Hera go fuck off that way, but also trying to like stay close to Molokov, but also going, but Hera's there.
Yeah.
So kind of torn between.
Sure. Yo, I think you're muted.
No, he's not muted,
Oh.
but we can't hear him.
Classic.
Yeah. I just seen him put his mute on and then mute back off. Something must be
There you go.
up. There we go. I seen you start talking and it wasn't muted because I went to tell you you were muted and I was like, oh wait, hold on, he's not muted. I was like, but I can't hear him, and then you were like,
Classic.
Getting Envy out, although I think from last session she was just with the party.
I can bring her down now. You are very distant in your sound as well, by the way.
It might be coming through your headphone, like
Is that better?
Yeah.
a little bit, yeah.
Cool.
Envy is on her way now to you.
Woo! And I think I don't know which way Varga is going. I hear the sounds of battle.
go up to nope. What's your name, Molikov, and say, "Sounds like we gotta help. You okay?"
Like, am I physically reacting to this at this point?
You
as well,
you,
like-
you almost you can feel the pain, but then you realize that it's in your head, but that doesn't stop it from hurting.
Yeah. It's like watching a million like pain video, like you know, where people get like you know do like massive fuck ups and fall on their face and get kicked in the nuts and.
Oof. Even just saying it.
You're like, oh no. And sorry, you're hearing sounds of battle from
down here, around here. Yeah.
Oh. Honestly, yep. I think Molikov will be. He's almost going to take that as an excuse to get away from the pain. Almost.
Okay. Sure.
You know, it is. Yeah. So I guess if we're following the sounds of battle, we're following the sounds of battle.
All right. So you head down to closer to this gap. I'm going to ask who's going to. Can you position yourselves of when the first person looks around the rock?
Who wants to go first?
I feel like it might be me.
No.
As you kind of like make your way across.
How motivated are you here?
Yeah, I will probably get to there, hear the sounds of battle, sort of turn, see what's going on. Like, there's not, as far as I can tell, much happening up the way of the mushrooms. Molokov's obviously made the decision that we're turning, we're running this way. So I will wait for a couple people to run in front of me, so I'm not at the front of the pack, and then probably follow in the middle somewhere.
Yep, in that case, it's me.
Yeah, I suppose I'll let maybe Puck and Ghost run forward. And I'll stand back with the two tanks.
Alright, I'll be close by Hero.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say yeah, we'll still head up.
Yeah, nice.
Perfect. So that's the position of when everyone runs around, or when the first person runs around the corner. Sure.
Boop.
Yep. As you round the corner, Ghost, you almost have a wave of help as well. But then you realize that you're just hearing the word help come out, and in such a high-pitched voice. Help! Hera, you get that feeling just wash over you as you look out into this cavern, and quickly to the north, you spot three draconian-shaped figures that have magic surrounding their hands. They hold little pitchforks, and they are giggling and chuckling in draconic, almost amused at the scene that is unfolding in front of them. There's three of them standing up on a platform. One of them is holding a spell of some sorts. And then to the west of the cave, you see what looks like a form of a dragon that is rampaging and clawing around itself. It looks like it's in a rage, chains dripping off it, like it has been released like a hound on the hunt. And as it is falling over itself, it's pulling its belly along the ground. It doesn't move sleekly like a dragon does. This abomination is chasing a 3-foot tall being that is running towards you. And you've seen this being before, but it shouldn't be this small. As a reduced Etten is running away from this beast. And I will need now for an initiative roll.
At least he didn't die immediately.
Oh my god. Sorry, is the Etten recognizable?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is this the one you sent off to
Amazing.
find treasure?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was a session I missed.
Well, we specifically sent him here to get him away from us.
Yeah.
because we were
Oh.
like, we convinced him to go get the dragon's hoard.
But now he's tiny.
Now he's tiny.
I'm sorry, and those things up the top, are they the other image you sent earlier?
No, those ones are. They look like this.
Little chubsters.
Little chubsters.
Terrifying chubsters.
All right, so for initiative, can I
love
get? Why
The
is it?
second one's pretty cute.
I'm just gonna make a coffee hard and fast, but I put my initiative in the chat.
Yeah, cool. Oops, a daisy, don't do that.
I'm
Ooh,
also
okay.
feeling this coffee vibe.
So let's go ghost.
I got a 4.
Malikov.
I got him beat with a 3.
Oh dear. What's Hera's roll in the chat?
7.
It is 7.
Oh no. Fuck yeah.
I got 18 minus 1.
Nice. Glad someone's.
Now Puck isn't here. You can have top of initiative.
Ah.
Let me just roll for these dudes. Okay, not great. That's better. Wow, low initiatives.
Except for
Oh, big
classic
man.
old Vargir up at the top.
Yeah, classic Vargate always being top of the initiative.
Well, 3. Okay. So, big boy goes first. And he's gonna go straight up to the Etten as he towers over it, looking like he's hunting prey, and roars out and goes for some claw attacks on him. Right, one of them will hit. And does 14 damage as it slashes through the back of this Etten as it reaches forward and looks confused and tries to like turn around, but then realizes that it's not as big as it normally is, and it continues to try and run. But Vargir, that brings us to you.
Sure. Can I ask a question?
Yep.
20-foot radius sphere, is that from center point 10 feet each way?
No, 20-foot
Or is it
radius.
20?
Yep.
Yep, gotcha. Okay, well. Great. I am going to... Oh, right in this little spot here. Yeah, right here.
That's the size.
Great. Can you pop that in the center for there? Oh, with that little edge maybe meeting the big little fuckwit.
So you, or
Big little fuckwit.
that's how you could do it to get all of them,
Sure.
or you get
I
those
am
3.
going to run straight through, and as you see him throw the moon hammer up in the air, it'll start glowing, and then kind of almost sentient like will like twist and arc and then slam down into the ground, creating this big radiant explosion, and they'll need to make me a dexterity saving.
Or dex saves. We've got a 10.
Mm-hmm.
And an 8. And a 4.
They will all fail.
They all fail as this hammer slams into the ground, and almost interestingly, as it slams into the ground, you see that it might be the same rock that this is made out of as they combine and spark together, and this lunar energy lines the room as it explodes out. Go for damage.
Yeah, so it's 66, it's radiant, not fire.
It's radiant, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So that'll be 24 points of damage to each.
Big hit.
Big
Big
bitches.
boom. 20. Jesus Christ. Okay, they need to make concentration saving throws.
12 or higher.
Yeah, they're both fine. They're like emits out, and then they're like they get taken aback. This beast is actually, let's see if he actually reacts to that. No, that's something else. That's okay. Reels back, blinded, starts scratching at its own face. It seems out of control. The two mages are blinded as well. The magic disappears from their hands as they search around trying to look for what casts this and recognize that the enemy is coming in from this angle down here. But
Sure.
that brings us to the mages' turns. Unless you... Oh, sorry. Carry on.
Sorry, yeah, 1 second. I'm just trying to see. As I'm running in, I'll say, take care of the others, as I'm gonna start to like kind of drop and look right at this big guy. And I'm gonna cast as a bonus action, Compel Jewel.
Ooh.
So it needs to make me a Wisdom saving throw.
Sure. That's a natural 1. As it finishes clawing at its face and then looks at its hands, and then its eyes just look up at you as this beast ignores the Etten right in front of it and just starts drooling. As you
So I have disadvantage against other creatures. And must make a Wisdom saving throw every time it attempts to move a space that is more than 30 feet away from me.
Sure. It's not going to move away from you.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
Do you want to use any movement?
No, I've used my 30.
Oh, yeah, cool. All right. As that happens and you lock eyes with this creature, you feel the green energy as these two mages cast 2 necrotic rays at you.
Sure.
So that's going to be 2 spell attacks. Oh, another natural frickin' 1. And then 15 plus... So 19 to hit?
Will miss.
Miss. These necrotic rays like brush past you, and as they do, like your fur almost kind of like wilts.
Oh, sorry, I lied. Sorry, that was AC 20 because last time I had my Shield of Faith on, so it will hit.
And then a third one hits you.
Surprise!
And that'll be 10 necrotic damage.
10 necrotic. Okay.
Yep.
I'll just need to make a concentration. 11, so I'll pass. I'm still concentrating on this Compelled Jewel.
Nice. The third mage will... 11, 12.
Does the hammer effect blind them?
It does not blind them, no.
Won't blind.
Okay.
We could definitely play into that in later things if they were concentrating and so on and so forth, but this other mage is going to turn invisible and move. GM level. And that will end their turns, bringing us to Hera.
Good. He's invisible. That's not what you want. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm just going to move forward. Shit, see what's going on. Yeah. And I'm just going to cast. I'll use my action. I'm going to cast a chill touch on this guy up here.
Sure.
That should be in my range. Ah, fuck. It's only going to be at 12 to hit.
That will not hit.
That will not hit.
No. As the chill touch like reaches out, you see like a bit of arcane energy around them. Just deflect it.
Okay, in that case, I will sort of pull one back and shit, and sort of make some whispers and do like a sort of pattern around my feet with my wand, and then sort of do like a circle around myself and pull out as a sort of green, sort of shadowy energy sort of starts to surround and sort of envelop off me. And I'm gonna, as a bonus action, cast Spirit Shroud on myself.
Oh, nice. Yeah, these spirits start wrapping around you.
Green sort of energy that sort of those like elongated faces sort of in it, and hands that you can sort of see reaching every now and then that disappear and sort of emanates around and off of me.
Love it.
Reese, sorry, there was a mistake I made.
Yeah.
Just with the compelled jewel.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that it has a range of 30 feet, so I wouldn't be able to do that. I know it's a tiny bit of a retcon, but
That's fine. I'll allow it. Cool. It's going to be within 30 feet of you very shortly. Just FYI. But before that happens, the Etten is going to see these things happen around it, and one of the heads is going to turn to the other and just be like, run, run! And as you see one foot trying to move and the other not, and it's like, oh, starts to run away, but there's going to be a disadvantaged attack against it as it tries to exit. And it will miss, and the Etten will move to there with its reduced speed. But that brings us to Ghost with with Molokov on deck.
Great. Wait, what did you roll, Molokov?
3.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just saw something go invisible.
You sure did, buddy.
I sure did. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. So I'm going to do the thing I said I would do, and I'm going to rub the gem of seeing
Oh, yes.
and give myself true sight.
Nice. Let me just reveal him again.
Oh, slippery little bastard.
Yeah. And I'll just put a little pink thing on him because he's invisible.
Okay, cool. And with my movement, can I get... Oh my god, come on, grab it. There we are. Can I get all the way up there? Maybe? How high is the ledge? Oh, I can't. Yeah, just there.
That'll be 5 feet.
Like 5 feet.
So take 5 feet off your movement.
Yep, with my total movement, I can get... Do I want to be within melee range?
They do look like
Yes, I
arcane
do.
users, yeah.
So I can get within touch range
Nice.
/ melee range. That is my action, my movement. The bonus action will just get Envy to take a snap at him.
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
How does this happen? I'm on the wrong page again. I have to roll a thing. I'll roll a thing. It's going to be this dice. Steel Defender. There it is. +7 to hit.
Ooh.
Oh no, not on a nat 1.
Not on a net one. Envy kind of just clambers up behind you and goes to bite, but you've already given the command and it kind of just misses it.
That's all I got, DM.
All right, Molokov, you're up with Vargeir coming up soon.
Right. What's your shroud doing there, hero? Is it safe? Can I...
Oh yeah, it's safe for you. Yep.
Cool.
I was just in it and I didn't die, so
That's good. That's good. Just like to establish these things.
I hit a creature that's within that range. I add an extra D8 of necrotic damage.
Ooh, nice.
If the creature starts its turn in that area, I can reduce its speed by 10.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna run around that corner and sort of assess all these things. I already saw Vargeir stare down this big fucker, so I think I'm gonna sling the shield off and do a big spinning throw against. Let's go with that guy. Is he within? He's within 60. Yeah. Yeah. Go for a big throw against him, and then. Oh yeah, no. To be fair, I'll do the hit first. 18 plus. It'll be like a 25.
That'll hit.
Shield is D6. So sort of slams into him. That's for 8 points of damage. Bludgeoning, magical bludgeoning, and as it sort of returns round and back, Molokov sort of catches it and keeps the spin going and throws it again.
Oh, nice.
Should be a natural 1.
Natural 1. Bounces off one of the cave walls.
Yeah. And then
Was this
returns
the
back.
big guy?
No, this is at just one of the little fellas.
Cool. Okay.
The one not next to Ghost and not invisible.
Sure.
But then I will just flash up the arcane symbols on the armor and give myself some temp HP. As a bonus action.
Nice.
But that'll be all.
Shield's bouncing off the walls. It comes back, and this creature roars and almost like pumps itself up. You see its muscles almost bulging and shaking. It ignores the Etten completely. And let me just check its movement speed. Hard and fast. Yeah, it's going to action dash right into there. It like almost like tries to fly, and these wings on its back kind of flap out of sync, and it kind of, almost falters its landing and then comes crashing down in front of you.
Like the dragon from the D&D film. That's just
It's too big to hold itself up, and it just roars at you, and like saliva and stuff splatter on you, Vargeir. But it can't attack this turn, unfortunately. But that brings us to your turn.
Sure. Seeing it just absolutely charged. Now, question for ruling.
Yes.
You get 2 attacks per attack action. You have to make the attack action to get those 2 attacks, or can you do an action and get the extra attack?
No, you have to make the attack action and get the 2 attacks.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Otherwise, you're taking a separate action.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. Okay.
No attack.
Then I'm going to. Not many spell slots left. You know what? I'm going to spend the action as yeah, Varga kind of like reaches out his hand as this almost like spectral hand comes out holding the moon hammer out. I'm going to use my action for it to reappear in my hand.
Nice.
But I imagine it's like Tin, like grabbing it out of this ethereal explosion and then wafting it back to his hand. But that will be the end of my turn.
Okay, no bonus actions?
No bonus actions, no.
Cool.
I don't have any spell slots left. I'll use a spell slot. I'm going to cast shield. No, I can't. No,
I was
no,
gonna say,
concentration.
yeah.
So I will not be doing that.
Cool. As you go to get into your stance for attacking, we see like a image of you further down the field of Tin taking exactly the same stance with the hammer, and then she kind of almost just comes into you, and the hammer is just in your hand, ready to attack. That brings us to the mage's turns. Let's go right to left to be different. This one is going to see Ghost in front of it. It's going to take its trident and just try and prod at you, Ghost. That is a 19 and an 8.
19 will hit. 8 will not.
All right.
That
6
purple
points
one
of
over
damage.
there.
Sorry?
That purple one over there is still invisible to the rest of us. It's only Ghosts that can see it, eh?
That's right.
Yeah.
So yes, 6 points of piercing damage, Ghost.
Awesome.
The other one will cast a necrotic ray at Molokov for a 19.
Or sort of as the shield's returning, and he just glimpses that, catches the shield, and there's a burst of arcane energy. I will cast shield.
Shield it, nice. Flash of light appears in front of you. Ghost, you see the other one. Action dash to there. Is that right? Yes, that's right. And that will end their turns. So, Hera, you're up.
Cool beans. I do not see that one extra stash down there.
You do not know.
Those two are up there doing kerfuffles. This guy's big and in the face with the gear.
Yeah, but you do see your spirit starting to claw around it.
It's circulating, and I'm sort of still muttering and talking and sort of go off on my toes a little bit. The spirits sort of start to pick me up with my one hand still holding the wand as it's glowing, sort of concentrating on the spell. With my other hand, I'm just going to, a spirit will almost sort of reach down to my hand and force it up into the thing, and I'm going to cast Inflict Wounds on it.
Oh, yes. Good choice, good choice, good choice.
What? For a 21 to hit.
Oh, yes, that'll hurt.
Are you fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ.
Plus your spirits, right?
Plus my spirits, so like the hand that pushed mine forward almost pushes through him, but it's still only going to be 8 necrotic damage total.
Oh, not a big hit, but a hit nonetheless.
Yeah.
And it kind of reels back from it. There's necrotic energy starting to flow through him, but seems like this guy's got a lot of meat on him, and it's going to take a while to cut through.
Cool. He also can't regain hit points.
Oh, wonderful.
Till my next turn.
No throwing healing potions at him then.
Are you
Was that a that was a spell?
Yep.
It was a spell.
So the compelling duel ends if it attacks another creature. Sorry, so that should have happened with the enemy, but it also, for friendly creature, does damage with or casts a harmful spell on it.
Okay, sure.
Oh.
It's not intelligent, but yeah, it's it now is not compelled to duel you.
Yeah, it doesn't have disadvantage on other.
Gotcha.
Hey, hey, Hera. It sounded like you just got two spells mixed up. Were you casting Inflict Wounds or Chill Touch?
Inflict wounds.
Oh, okay. Do your spirits
Right.
stop it from healing, or?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
Spirit Shroud, any creature that takes this damage can't regain hit points until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
I don't think, does Chill Touch do that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is just Chill Touch.
Can't regain hit. I didn't even realize Chill Touch did that.
Yeah. Cool. But it is here now in front of you. And it is now the Ettin's turn, which has now needed a change direction because that thing is now in front of it. So it's going to run down. Excuse me. Ghost, you're up. Follow Molokov.
I am. I kind of hate that. I'm gonna go with what I thought I was gonna do anyway. Sorry, I imagine me and Envy are sharing the same space at the moment, but I'll just keep me as the place marker.
Yep.
Seeing our invisible friend sort of heading towards an exit, yeah. I guess I've already made enough noise in this cabin. I'll pull out a pistol.
Oh.
Jesus.
Actually, will I?
It just like hovers over his belt. It's like, will I? Will I? Won't I?
You know what? I reach in, I go for the hilt of the pistol, and then I reach one pocket back and I pull out a little slightly squishy purplish bead.
Ah.
I'm gonna toss it at this guy.
All right. Just a straight roll.
Actually, it's a DC 15 dex save for him.
Oh, cool. Dex, not great at that. 9.
Nice. So this little inconsequential bead is going to get tossed off into a corner of the room where you think, I must be going crazy, there's nothing there. And then explodes. It's going to deal 5d4 worth of force damage. 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12. 12 points of force damage.
12 points of force damage. Not only does it deal damage to him, but that renders the invisibility
Also,
unwarranted. So all you see is like this bead hit the floor and then a draconian mage like ragdoll into the wall and fall back down. So he's no longer invisible.
he actually doesn't ragdoll. For some reason, the explosion wraps back in on top of him, and
cool.
he's entrapped in a little force field.
You did more damage with D4s than I did with 3 D10s and a D8.
I know. I'm sorry, buddy.
So is he trapped?
This is beat
He
force,
is.
Yes.
He can use. This is a beat of force.
Right?
He can use his action to push against the sphere's wall, moving it up to half of its speed.
Gotcha.
But that takes its action. I don't believe it can use its movement.
Understood.
And yes, indeed, he is trapped for 1 minute.
Understood. And how much damage was that?
That was, what
12,
did I say?
12 damage.
12. 12 points of force.
He's going to make a concentration saving throw. He's fine.
Oh, you can pick it up. So I could pick.
You can.
Pick the whole thing up and pick him up in it.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah. It lasts for a minute, but he only weighs 1 pound right now.
Amazing.
1 pound.
And what is it? Only breathable air can pass through the sphere's wall. No other attack or effect can.
Right.
So he cannot affect us. We cannot affect him right now.
Understood.
That's
And as a bonus action, Envy's going to snap at the one standing in front of me again.
Go for it.
That's better. +7, 21 to hit.
That'll hit. Go for damage.
Of course. Why can't you both be on the same page? 1d8. That is 9 points of force damage.
Nice. He looks very hurt.
Cool. Does he make a concentration check?
He is no longer concentrating on anything at the moment.
Oh, okay. Very good. I will stay where I am.
All right. Molokov.
Right. First question: this like gap in the map is it?
You can just run over it. Yep.
Yeah, cool. Can maneuver in whatever way. Well, can't pass up the opportunity for a little bit of flanking.
Nice.
Flank the fuck out of him. And I'm gonna do a Molotov those, and I'm gonna punch him.
Nice.
Twice.
Roll for attack.
So that is a natural 20 and
Oh.
Is that a dirty 20?
Love it.
Yeah, natural 20 and a dirty 20.
They both hit.
Bloody beautiful. We'll do the nat 20. Yes. Oh wait, it's full.
Yep.
Plus. Yep. +5. So 8 plus 15. So 20 damage on the nat 20.
Ooh.
And 6 damage on the other hit.
Nice. You just start punching into this thing, and the spirits you see are like in its system at the moment, and you start just ripping it apart. Big hit. It's still up though.
Yep. All good. I think I am good on bonus actions for now. Let me just. No, I don't want to do that right now. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. Top of the round. It is in on the game. It's actually going to retaliate first to your attacks. It's going to use its reaction on your turn.
Sure.
It's not going to hit you though with a 9. No. But it will come back round and it will focus its attacks on Vargir.
Yeah.
So it's going to make 2 claw attacks against you.
AC 18.
Plus 1 of them will hit. 14 points of slashing damage.
Holy damn.
As it rips across and rears itself up, and as you do, you see out of all of its wounds, this black sludge is slopping down onto the ground. But that is all it can do on its turn. So we move to Vargir.
Yeah, taking advantage of flanking, Vargir will kind of whip his shields behind his back and holds the hammer in 2 hands.
Yep.
And that is 18.
That'll hit.
Oh, thank God. Okay. I will be smiting this.
Nice.
My last spell slot.
As you wrench your hammer up, you see the energies just start to almost like there's light emitting from Vargir now. He becomes the brightest thing in the room, and the hammer comes down. Go for damage.
Just have to ask every time. Is it undead or fiend?
It is not. It's a monstrosity.
Sure. So it's just a D10 and 2D8.
One day we'll get one.
One day. That's the pretty good hit. So on the magical, the moonhammer damage is 10.
Yep.
Bludgeoning magical, and then 9 radiant. So 19.
Nice. Boom! You see the light just emit out, and almost all the walls around you as well give a glow. And it's almost like, yeah, the energy of the cave channels through you as well. It falters down, its legs are kind of broken, it's looking pretty weak now. But continuously this black sludge is just falling and slopping on the ground around it.
I will use as well my extra attack
Oh yes, of course, go.
to that's 14 plus 7, so
That'll hit.
21. That will just be a d10. So that's really good. That's 4. That's yeah, it's a 10, so it's 14 plus 4. Yeah, plus 4, 14 damage.
How do you want to do this?
Oh. Seeing its noticing its legs kind of crumble under itself, he'll swing the moonhammer onto its other leg, cracking the last leg down, and then finally bringing it up and swing it right down onto its head.
Nice. As you smash through it, and again the moon hammer and the rock connect, sparks of lunar light come out, but they're quickly covered by the sludge that this creature just emits out. I need everyone in a 10-foot radius of it to make a dexterity saving throw.
As soon as you started mentioning that sludge, I was like, we're going to get hurt when this dies.
-1, 11.
9.
Saving, dex saving.
Yep.
16.
16, nice. Hera, you quickly scoot out of the way of the sludge, but Vigera Molokov, it covers you and you kind of start getting it off you. But for 1 minute, what is it? Your movement speed is halved.
Yep.
And you both take 6 points of poison damage.
Okay.
I like to think my spirits sort of get covered and it just sort of splatters around me instead.
Yep.
I will use the rest of my 15 feet to just pop this way.
Nice.
That's all.
You move and the sludge kind of goes slows you down a little bit. But that brings us to the mage's turn. Now, I can't cast spells outside of the speed of force, can I? Nope. Gotcha.
Nope.
That leaves him in a precarious position.
Yeah, he has an action that he can use to push the orb half his movement speed.
Yeah.
Can we cast spells into the orb?
No.
Nope. The only thing that passes through the barrier is breathable air.
Right, I'm going to make
Specifically
a...
breathable air, which is really interesting.
Yeah.
When you said that, I was like, fuck. There's one day that's going to become useful.
Just gonna doof on yourself just to
Yes.
get out of like a cloud kill or something.
Since we got these, I've been like, one of us at some point is going to have to use them on ourselves because nothing getting through.
Yeah.
You're invincible for a minute.
Yes.
That's worth a little bit of force damage.
I'm gonna make a intelligence roll, and that is quite high. Okay. He's going to use his action to move half the distance. 15 feet is not far. That way. Cool. The other two, we're going to get a necrotic ray at Molokov for 17.
Twill miss.
And a trident attack on Ghost. Natural 20.
I'm gonna use Envy to impose disadvantage on that.
You sure are. That's an 8.
That's better.
It goes to poke with the trident, and Envy just throws herself in the way, and it just, ching, bounces off her. That's the mage's turn done, so Harry, you're up.
He moved further away from me.
Yeah.
You bastard.
You do have your movement.
I do. But I can't cast any spells at him. He's in a bubble.
This is true.
How long does the bubble last? A minute.
A minute.
A minute. 10 rounds. Heaps of time, mate. You got another 54 seconds.
Hear that massive.
Did you put your reverb on your microphone?
Sounds
Me.
like we're in an airport.
Yeah, you were like, fuck it.
It was like a cave. It was like...
Yeah.
I
was
haven't
cool.
done nothing.
That's brilliant.
he just casts thaumaturgy.
Are we? I'm sort of impasse it to Molokov. Are we taking care of that? I'm going to point to the Ayrton.
That's a good question here.
Vargo will overhear that and yell, leave him.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
like,
Let's cleave them.
no, leave him.
Puck's sniper scope is like tracing it on it, and he's just like, rolls his
Confirm.
eyes.
Confirm target.
Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, I will just move myself over to there. Okay. Well, and then I will just cast a. What do we got in the book of spells today? I think we're just going to do a little ray of sickness at this man up here.
Nice. Another question on Beta Force. Sound? Can sound travel in and out of it? Can you look that up while you cast Ray of Sickness?
As I was sort of still holding these spirits around me, I'll sort of pull some necrotic energy off one of them and just fling it out towards the sky. That is a natural 20.
Oh, here we go.
So that is going to be...
It is okay.
No, I'll leave it to you, DM. It says only breathable air can pass through the sphere's wall. No attack or other effect can. Whether you consider sound to be another effect, it's up to you.
That's going to be for a total of 27 poison damage.
Holy moly!
Jesus crikey, Nick. He withers away into nothingness as the sickness just crumples and decays him. That is a kill confirmed.
Fantastic. That's what sort of pull the energy back into me and just sort of turn and look at this guy over here.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? I'll even, because I can still technically do that. Yeah, I'm going to use my feline agility to just walk 30 feet over to him over here.
Nice. You walk up and see this bubble around him. As he sees you approaching, he'll be like, and you can hear his sound inside it. I'm going to say that sound can pass through a Beta Force.
Yeah,
Just
closer as the spirits sort of develop around and encapsulate this orb.
Yep. What are you going to say, Vargir?
No, I was going to say that just reading on, it's not Beta Force, but it's Wall of has similar aspects.
Yes.
There's a lot of people determining whether it's talking about bardic spells are verbal.
Yes.
So if you can hear, then does it affect? So I don't know, just as a devil's advocate.
I'm gonna say speech is fine, just because that will probably play into if you guys use it on yourselves later. You can still communicate with each other. Yeah, the quick one I looked up, the first sentence is, "It is dangerous to try and approach D&D magic with a physics interpretation."
That's the one I'm reading.
Yeah.
I just read below it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna say quick actions and quick hey, that is fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Makes perfect sense for sound to pass through, but if you're using sound to cast a spell, the spell fizzles at all.
Yes, yeah.
Like, it's the whole point of the Beta Force,
Yeah,
or the Wall of Force, if it works.
The magical entity.
Yes.
Disperses, but yeah.
Cool. It brings us to the Ayrton, and no one's done anything to it, so it is going to disappear down the corridor. Taking it out of initiative, Ghost.
Oh, goody. Yeah, let's go with a Mind Spike and Empowered Rend combo.
Sure.
Action and bonus action. That is a intelligence saving throw for him.
Now that he is good at.
And a 24 to hit from Envy.
The hit will go through, and that's a 15 on the intelligence.
Oh, what's my saving throw? Spells. Bugger. He saves against the Mind Sliver.
Nice.
But he will still take 10 points of force damage.
10 points of force damage. That combined with Envy's bite, the last life of breath leaves him. But
Good.
that does bring us. Anything else?
Oh, yeah, I got some movement. I'll start gallivanting down this away. Oh, can we just get Yeah, why not? Suppose we've made a bit of noise. Nah, it's fine. Yep, just coming down towards here.
Nice. Molokov, you're up.
Right. I think I just action dash over to him,
Yeah.
and I think I'm just gonna wait there. Almost gonna wait for the orb to go. Obviously, we'll be able to, yeah.
Sure.
We can do that next turn. But the plan being, I'm gonna try and grapple him the moment he's out.
Sure. You align yourself up. Vargir and Hera and Ghost, is there anything you would like to do as this guy starts realizing he is surrounded?
Do any of us other than
Yeah.
Puck speak Draconic?
I don't think so.
No.
I would like to, if it's, I'll do it as a movement-based thing, but like maybe like dash down to here to see where the Etton's gone.
Sure. So a round's gone. And I'll show you what you see. You see
Sure.
two paths, and the Eton is not being able to be seen. What you do here, though... how are we going to do this? I'll say you don't hear anything at the moment.
Sure. Okay. Just noticing that Etton's obviously just gone.
Yes, it is bolting, like action dashing itself.
Getting the fuck out of there.
Getting the fuck out of there.
That's all right. I'll pop myself back up.
But you also know that that spell will probably wear off at some point as well.
Yeah.
The rest of you see this mage in its bubble, and you see that it has calmed itself down. Now that you are surrounding it, it is no longer pushing the bead around, and you see that it is holding some components, clutching onto them, and it is waiting. So my question to you is, what would you guys like to do as this minute starts quickly approaching now that we're out of combat?
Again, I'm going to be getting ready to grapple him the moment it drops. And it's up to you whether or not I'm allowed to grapple him in a specific way, but I am going to be trying to cover his mouth.
Okay. You absolutely can do that. We're out of initiative right now, but we're going to roll a split-second initiative as soon as that drops to see who acts first.
Yeah, makes sense.
I was going to say, he was thrown into the bead a round or two after I had casted my Spirit Shroud, which only lasts for concentration up for a minute, so that will also fade before.
Yep, and you'll be aware of that as well, that you know it's going to fade.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah, so I'll sort of keep that in mind as soon as... Hey, why did that not clear? There you go. As soon as that sort of fades, I'll sort of see the spirits drop back into the ground, and I'll look over to Molokov and almost give a nod, like, you've got 2 seconds coming. this is that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In its hand,
Well,
Hera, you'll see akin to like rotting food, like rotting rations, wrapped in like wilted leaves. I'm not going to tell you what he's preparing to cast, but that could give you some kind of indication of what the
Yeah.
material components are to it.
Reese, is this closed? Is this like a blocked off? Like it's a dead end?
Where are you pointing?
The top left of the cave.
Top left, top left, top left. Oh, yes, it is. That is the end of the cave.
Okay.
As we get in these last couple of seconds, I'm just going to get Puck to sidle up next to me. I'm gonna say, get down some rope, and I'm gonna get him to give me the help action for what's about to happen.
Are you going to use the help action on your advantage roll or your grapple roll? On your initiative roll.
I want him to be helping me act first. I guess
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine.
I don't know if that's
That's absolutely fine. The benefits, I imagine.
Yeah,
now,
I was just trying to figure out how it would be flavored. But yeah,
I imagine now you guys are going to be like, "Hey,
initiative.
can one person be away every week so we get this free advantage roll?" No, you guys can surround him in a way. It's basically going to come down to initiative, because if you can stop him from speaking and moving his hand,
Yeah.
then you've obviously stopped him from casting the spell. Right. So this happens in a minute. Everyone's kind of getting into position. Ghost, was there anything you wanted to do? Yep, go for it.
yeah, absolutely. 30 seconds ago, noticing that he's calmed down and holding something in his hand, I was going to ask Hera, do you recognize what that's for?
Give me
relying.
Yeah, this is happening very quickly, so give me an Arcana check at disadvantage. You only glimpse what's in his hand.
At disadvantage, yeah, that's fair. I was even about to say I was literally just looking through my spell book at all my spells that have components and seeing if I recognized any of the things.
Yep.
So Arcana disadvantage. Oh, we love a disadvantaged roll. Arcana is a good bonus. That's going to be an 11.
An 11. I'm going to say you don't recognize the spell.
No, that's cool. Not anything I've particularly needed. It's kind of... could be anything really. Just be ready.
Okay, so I will...
Even take a couple steps back, knowing that I'm not going to be physically of any help, and I don't want to be in I'm going to say a 30-foot radius, so I'm going to actually back up all the way up because I know how big spells can be.
Sure.
As a for the rest of the remainder of the time that we have left before that fizzles,
We're talking seconds.
Walk, walk up to Molokov, cast guidance, and then come back to my current position, pull out my gun and point it at him.
Gotcha. Right, so the bead drops and everyone needs to roll initiative.
Now, guidance wouldn't go for initiative, would it? That would only be for.
It's a skill check, right?
Guidance is a skill check,
and initiative is a dexterity roll, technically.
Yeah, so you can add that to your initiative if you want, but you can choose within the next minute what you add it to. So it doesn't have.
It doesn't have to be the next one.
No.
Yeah. Okay. I will save it for the grapple then, and keep just the advantage with Puck.
All right. I'm really hoping for a big roll here. Okay.
Okay. It's not great. It's a 14 on mine.
What's everyone else's roll?
Mine doesn't matter because I'll be using a reaction, but mine was an 11.
An 11? Yep.
I got a 9.
Yeah.
9 as well.
And yours was a 14. The bubble drops, and you see this creature quickly meet your gaze, Molokov, crush this, and it's with a 15 initiative.
Yeah, nice.
Is going to cast Stinking Cloud.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep, it's not good.
Reactions?
Uh,
If they apply here?
I should have held an action, but I didn't. I thought about it, but I didn't. I was too busy running away.
this is a spell we haven't seen.
That's right. And he's
Uh,
going to cast it.
oh yeah, where's it being cast yet? Yeah,
No,
Yeah.
he's definitely going to include Molokov on it.
I will use a reaction. He needs to make me a wisdom saving throw, as I will rebuke the violence.
Ooh.
Don't know if that's gonna do it. It doesn't do damage as far as I'm aware. I don't know
Yeah.
Stinking Cloud, but it's not
Yeah,
an attack.
that's why I'm asking if I know it. Because if
Oh,
Varga
understood.
doesn't know it, then he will just go, nope.
Yeah.
But, so if it fizzles, it fizzles.
Yep. It doesn't cause damage, so it is going to fizzle.
Sure.
But I need everyone within that cloud, so Ghost, Envy, and Molokov, and itself, to make a Constitution saving throw.
I will use that D4. Yeah, that's better.
Yes.
It's a 22 for me.
Oh, nice.
That's a nat 20 for 26 for me.
Oh, brilliant.
And I guess I'll roll for Envy as well. That's heaps. 19.
Nice. So with a
Oh,
DC of
hold up, Ray.
15, you'll pass that, and he's not going to stick around to check, but he will run to there. So go for
I will
opportunity
find
attack.
you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Come on. Here we go.
As you all feel this putrid smell of this cloud that comes up, starts to obscure your vision, but go for your attack.
It's a 15 to hit.
That'll hit.
Oh, yeah. Sick. Max damage. 12 points of thunder damage.
Nice. And as he goes to leave, you and you see him just
Oh, I just fucking king hit him.
Yeah.
Shit.
fall to the ground, and the cloud disperses. Which takes us out of initiative.
Quick
I don't know what
question.
we were going to do with him alive, but
Yeah, that's what I was
it would
going
have
to
been.
ask. Was there an interrogation point there?
I think if I was going to get him before he ran off, then yeah, maybe, but
Sure.
I think he ran off and Molokov punched him.
Yeah.
Then, question to Reese then.
Yep.
Is there an opportunity for Varga to run up and just like lay on hands a point, keep him up?
Kill him.
I'm gonna say that this is it's a pretty heavy hit.
Sure.
There's not really time to
Yeah.
revive him after he's been knocked.
Yeah, totally. Okay.
But he will
I don't know that we would have got much out of them anyway.
skid to the ground.
Healing for the affair party. Mate.
Yes. But as you lay with the beast dead to the north of you, a small Etten running loose in the caves, and more to explore of what is actually going on down here with all these soldiers and stuff. I think that's where we'll end the session there.
Lovely. Good game.
GG.
As we've got the forces of the Emerald Claw down here, and they are doing some shit.
Now, several questions. Question statements.
Sure.
One, Compel Jewel is such a fucking specific spell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably like the second time I've used it, and every time I'm like, right, yeah, it drops pretty easily.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're
and-
making them hit you.
I think
to-
I think the idea is be like, guys, don't worry. You go open the door, or
Yeah.
you go stop the guy from running away or something, and you're
Sure.
taking on the big monster.
Yeah.
and being like, I can take a couple of hits, and then once if
Yeah.
their compelled duel drops, that's when you guys can launch your attacks on it and help me.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
But also, hopefully by then it's locked onto you anyway.
Correct.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't realize obviously attacking it was going to break it, and he jumped straight to both of us.
Yeah.
And my plan was to stay and help you anyways.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it would
To
break
be-
the thing if it fight someone else.
That's even my bad because I was like, oh, I read the fiction, then went, oh, it's got range, oh, it's got this.
For sure.
So that's just me. That's just me not reading my. 2, Reese.
Yes.
Flavor-wise, for this Moonhammer, as kind of Vargir is, that's the first time that's happened. Is there like a fluff that just for cool's sake that it kind of is like not on his person? Sometimes it is with
Tin.
And
Yeah, I think that'd be cool. That like if you don't recall it back straight away, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it can kind of be there, and then you kind of almost summon Tin to bring down this hammer into existence,
yeah,
and then you bring it to yourself.
yeah.
That could be
It's like a
cool.
cosmetic factor. It's like she also now uses it too in her playing.
Yeah.
Whatever she's doing, and then when I need it, she's like, "Here, take it."
I like it.
Yeah, cool.
I love how Vargir is becoming the Rogar of this campaign, just a walking weapons fucking cabinet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Want to see what I've got here?
Oh, speaking of weapons, I had to follow up on this, Reese. We had kind of fluffed maybe
I have to shoot,
15 or
sorry,
20
but-
sessions ago.
Oh, good.
I
I'll
love
end
you
the
guys.
thing there.
That'd be a long time.